So yesterday I was scrolling through my homepage on YouTube and I saw Charlie's video come up yesterday about a documentary that had just come out about Boogie. And if you don't know who Boogie, I think is 2988, I think that's the exact numbers. If you don't know who he is, he's an OG YouTuber. Like, he's been around like pretty much since the birth. He said he originally made his YouTube channel back in like 2006 when YouTube was first made. So he's been around for so fucking long, and he's been making content on his YouTube channel for so long. Like, he's considered one of the original content creators on the platform. And I saw that, you know, Charlie made a video of it, and I started watching it just a little bit, but then I stopped watching it because I wanted to watch the documentary myself, just so I don't get too much influenced by, you know, someone else's opinion, so I could just, like, you know, garner my own opinions onto the documentary itself. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about it because, damn, there is a lot to fucking unpack in this documentary. Like, I remember watching Sunny V2's video about Boogie, and it was more just about how terribly financial he was, and how he, you know, he's just bad at spending his money, and he's not very good at taking criticism, and you know, just a whole lot of shit from his past just kind of got brought up. But this just brings everything to just a whole new fucking level. So I'm gonna show a few clips, like, here and there. I'm gonna show clips, and then I'm just gonna go over certain subjects that are, like, related to those clips, and just talk about the whole documentary in total. So the first clip I'm going to show just briefly is basically about, like, he's very infamous, and one thing that's come out about him is that he spent a lot of money on sex workers in the past. So he spent about $40,000 a year on sex workers, which is a lot of fucking money to spend on prostitutes every single goddamn fucking year. And the way he speaks about these sex workers is a little bit disgusting, to say the least.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugaring, I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's cool. So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl, right? Like, I deserve that, and I want that, and I've never had it.
First of all, you know, I get where he's coming from in terms of him saying that, you know, we always want to be around, like, beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting to be with someone who's, you know, a very beautiful person. You know, like, I'm very grateful that I have a girlfriend who's extremely good looking, you know, is really beautiful, and I fucking love that. I love that I have an extremely good looking girlfriend, and I'm lucky to have that. But does not mean you fucking deserve it. You know, no one deserves anything. Like, just the way, and he felt like he was coming off a little bit aggressive when he was saying it, as in, like, I deserve this. Like, I deserve to be with beautiful women. I deserve these hot women. I deserve to go to Disneyland with these extremely good looking women. No, you don't. I'm sorry, man, but no one deserves that. You know, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, what, you deserve that? No one in this world deserves anything at all. Well, you think I just sit here and I'm just like, oh man, I deserve $1 million. You know, I never got to be a millionaire when I was younger. You know, I was, you know, my parents, they've always, you know, we weren't like poor growing up. You know, we were fine, but we weren't rich. We weren't rich at all. But I deserve it now because I wasn't like that growing up. I deserve $1 million. I deserve to be a millionaire. That logic just doesn't fucking make sense. I'm sorry, but no one in this world deserves shit. And he's just speaking to these women like they're fucking objects. Now, obviously, you know, a lot of people have different opinions when it comes to sex workers, but at the end of the day, they are fucking human. They're just humans at the end of the day. And saying that you deserve it is really just absolutely fucking bullshit. And the way that he just, you know, talks about, you know, women and stuff like that, especially a lot in the documentary, you can tell that he's very focused on girls. Like, when has, you know, his friends over to play, like, I think they were playing Magic, I think it was. And, you know, he's going on about, oh, where's the girls at? How come we don't have any girls around here? Where's the girls? Where's the girl? You can tell that he's, you know, he was never really had, like, maybe any girlfriends growing up or anything like that from what he says. And now he's, you know, just feels like he needs that even more now. One thing that's also very apparent through the whole entire documentary, so it's not really apparent for me to clip anything because it just goes on through the whole entire thing, is how bad his spending is, which is something that was also brought up in Sunny V2's video, not just for the sex workers, but also just his spending in general. Now, he knows himself that he doesn't have a good income at the moment. He knows, but he has an addiction to spending pointless shit. Now, I could say the exact same thing. Like, I've spent a lot of fucking money on, like, this is all pointless. All this shit is pointless. Or my katana, that's pointless. The lightsabers, those are all pointless. You know, but I bought those when I was working. Unfortunately, I don't have a job at the moment, you know, because I'm in between jobs. But, like, you know, I'm not spending that money now because I know I don't have it. If you know you don't have it, just don't fucking spend it. You know, he's going out and he's buying McDonald's when he doesn't have to. He's going out and he's buying pointless shit. He's just like, oh, I need to go to these Magic tournaments. You don't need to. The Magic tournament costs, like, what was it, $300? You don't need to go. Just say you can't go. And if you say you can't afford it, people aren't going to judge you. I can't really, you know, I can't really pull the $300 this week. Man. I'm just going to take a bit of a break. Or you don't even have to say that. Just say, hey, man, I'm just not going to come to Magic for a bit. Just got a few things going on. You don't have to. People understand. They get it. They'll be fine with it. He's just trying to make excuses. Like when he was saying that, like, oh, Diablo 4 came out, I have to buy it. No, you don't. No, you're just trying to justify. And that's what people with like spending addictions try to do, is that they try to justify their purchases. That's what he's trying to do every single time. It's like, you don't have to spend money on this shit. Yeah, as he's struggling with money, the director of this documentary, and before I continue, actually, I just want to give a massive shout out to this guy. Obviously, I in my title of the video, I've said, like, it's cringe and sad. It's not like that the documentary itself is cringe. It's just more of, like, you know, Boogie and certain aspects of him kind of make you cringe in this film, which I'm going to get into a bit more further. But a massive shout out to Mike Klum, who I had to hit him up with a sub 100%, because this documentary, the way it's filmed, the way it's edited, is fucking amazing. So I got to give him props to that. And he actually, during the filming of this, you know, he suggested to Boogie that to try and help him get a job, which is good to see that, you know, the guy who's actually directing him is not just like, you know, watching it from the back of the camera and just being like, oh, look at this guy, he's just being a fucking failure. So they try to get him a job, and he goes to, like, a recruiter where they basically try to help you get a job, and it's quite jarring to watch.
2006, 2007, I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed, so there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife, and I am also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're gonna have when you approach everything, then you can't, and you won't.
So as a, you know, I have to probably clip it, cut it just a little bit. I might do it in there because it is a long clip, but, you know, Boogie is just kind of going over, you know, everything that's happened to him, and, you know, saying that he's a felon, and there's certain things on the internet that people are saying about him, saying that he's like a pedophile and stuff like that, and then he's also got certain disabilities, and he just kind of comes off as a bit complaining, which he does a fucking lot. And one thing that I loved about this recruiter, and one thing that I'm going to reiterate as well, because it is so apparent in this fucking documentary when it comes to Boogie himself, is that she told him, and it's so fucking true, is that if you just constantly sit there and complain and say, I can't do it because of this, and this, well, of course it's not going to happen. Not because of this, and this, but because you're making that as an excuse. You are. He literally, throughout the entire documentary, and even in recent times when it's come to Boogie stuff, he's just constantly fucking complaining, and he's just making excuses of reasons why he can't do this, reasons why he can't get a job, reasons why he's not currently good on YouTube, reasons of this, excuses for this, excuses for that, excuses for this. Like, there is a point, and his weight is obviously a very apparent thing, because, you know, he's extremely fucking overweight. And at one point he was talking about how he's gone to the doctors and, he's had surgery in the past for, his weight loss. And now he's just gone to the doctors and be like, well, I've done everything. What do you want me to do? What do you mean you've done everything? No, you're not. You're sitting on your ass. You're going to McDonald's. You're not eating the right food. You're not exercising at all. Of course it's not going to do anything. He's literally just making excuses saying people aren't doing shit for me. People aren't helping me out. I've got this. I've got that. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna use some examples from me as well, because like I find it it's also like where you can like he's trying to make you sympathize for him, because like for me as well, I can feel it at a certain aspect, because like I lost my job a few months ago now. Like I did, and I was extremely sad about it. But I'm not just sitting here every day making YouTube videos and doing nothing else. I've been applying for jobs. I've been going to, and yeah, I've gotten knocked back by a lot. I've applied for hundreds of fucking jobs since I lost my last one, and I've gone to so many interviews already. But I'm not giving up on that. I'm not giving up. Well, just because I hit a road bump, just because like there's a few people have said no to me so far. I've gotten extremely close. I've gotten to like where they're like down to the last decision of like making it when it comes to recruiting, and they've just been like, sorry, not this time. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm gonna go again. This man's just making excuses. He fails once and that's it. And after this, when they try to help him get a job, he fails. He's not able to get a job because of his felony, which is very unfortunate. But he doesn't keep on going. What does he do? He goes to the director and he says, don't worry. He says, come back to me in 3 months' time. I don't want to do this for now. And then once we get back into 3 months' time, and this is like the aspect of the documentary that I would say is extremely cringe. We meet Boogie's girlfriend. And goddamn, is this the point where the documentary just takes a whole nother fuck? Like the documentary is already like, holy shit. And then it just takes like, it just skyrockets into the fucking stratosphere with this, because he's currently 49 years of age. So he's up there in age. He ain't fucking, he's not young. No way. His girlfriend, 20 years of age. 20 years old. That's more than half his age. That's a 29-year age gap. That is fucking ridiculous.
So this is Desi. You can call her Desiree.
Yep, Desiree.
And we've been dating now for months.
A couple months, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just like the clips from the documentary, but there's also videos up on his YouTube channel, which I am baffled like why he's uploading this shit on his own fucking YouTube channel. Like, why is he's just still trying to pull the fucking sympathy card on his current YouTube channel, when he should really, if he really wants to take YouTube seriously and really wants to get back to that, he should go back to making his old content. There's a video of her talking. It's just her and being her supposedly honest truth about Boogie. Now, the way it comes off to me is that she talks about how she didn't have a very good upbringing and she didn't have a very good father figure. She didn't have a dad growing up, and she was bullied a lot in high school, and, she's extremely depressed. And to me, it's not love between Boogie. I think Boogie, loves her because, he's into, he obviously has expressed it in the documentary. He likes slimmer women. So, she's obviously a very petite, very skinny girl. But the thing that I think is the reason why that they like supposedly, love each other is because he likes her because, he's able to pull the sympathy card on her, and she kind of falls for it and feels sorry for him. And he likes it when people still feel sorry for him. And it's very obvious in like a lot of his content recently and a lot in the documentaries that he just wants people to feel sorry for him. And that's how she hit him up on Instagram, saying that I'm with you and I feel sorry for you and I hope you do better. And then he liked that attention because she felt sorry for him. And she was absent of a father figure, and she sees him as a bit of a father figure. It's so blatantly obvious. And, he's obviously just pulling the sympathy card all the time. Maybe he's probably not doing it intentionally, but even if you're doing it unintentionally, it's still fucking bad. You're kind of, you can't really call it fucking screaming because, you know, she's obviously not a minor, but she's fucking 29 years younger than you are. That's fucking disgusting. That's gross. And I can't believe that she's like completely fine with it. To me, it doesn't seem like she's being like, you know, paid off or manipulated. She really, I think, is like, doesn't know her own self, like doesn't know her own direction, and is kind of mixed up in her own feelings about her past and not having a father figure. And you just know, feels really sorry for Boogie and just kind of, you know, thinks that it's love and that she's a bit confused because she's, you know, gone through a lot of shit. And it can happen a lot to people where they, you know, kind of mistake love for, you know, different types of emotions because they don't know how to feel love. And she says that. She said that she's never really felt love before. And I don't think that she really knows what love is. She just thinks that this is love. He, at one point in the documentary, he's going with her and saying that, like, you know, I have these issues, I have that issues, I have these issues, and just constantly like dumping all of his issues onto her and trying to like, it's like he's trying to make her feel sorry for him. That it's so apparent in the doc. It's so fucking obvious. And when he's doing that, it's extremely cringe. I find it extremely cringeworthy. Like I said, the stuff with him and his girlfriend, to me, are the biggest, like the peak cringe parts of this documentary, where I had to pause it multiple times. And if it wasn't for me making this video, wanting to make a video about it, I would have 100% clicked away from it. 100%. There's also parts in the documentary, it goes over, you know, where he got into that, he did like a bit of a boxing match. To me, that's nothing like too much of a big deal. It's not really like, you know, he thought that it would be, you know, financially good for him and good for his reputation. But as a matter of fact, it did fucking nothing. He did end up losing the fight, got clowned on a little bit. And, you know, all the money that he made from that, he kind of had to really just reimburse into the money that he spent for the fight. Because for a fight, you have to spend a lot of money. You know, even if it's a fight like a creator fight, you have to buy gloves, you have to buy shorts, you have to, you know, training and all that kind of stuff. And you have to spend a decent amount of money. And I think it was that he made like 10K or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I watched the documentary yesterday, and I've just kind of skimmed over it a bit today to like remind myself. But yeah, all the money that he got from that fight, he had to then just basically, you know, spend it because, you know, he owed money. And then by God, near the end of the documentary, Boogie runs out of all fucking options. And what does this man do? This man goes to fucking, like, oh my God, what is the way that it's shot, I love. Because this man seems like the second coming of Jesus himself, bro. A fucking shaman, where supposedly the shaman basically says that, you know, you do hallucinogenics and it kind of resets your mind. You know, it makes you feel a different way. And it kind of helps reset. Shut the fuck. No, man. And like Boogie is just like so obviously desperate and so willing to do anything to try and like, you know, help himself and just kind of take the easy route out, that he does this. And then the next day he wakes up and he's just like, so different. Bro, you were just tripping, man. You were literally you were on hallucinogenics drugs. And you know what? Sometimes, depending on the person, if you haven't taken stuff like that in the past, they can last for a long time. And the after effects of it, you're going to fucking feel it. You don't feel like a different person. You're just coming down on fucking taking drugs, man. You took like, I don't know what the fuck it was. You took acid for the first time. You took shrooms for the first time. You're going to fucking trip out and you're going to feel weird shit. It's an hallucinogenic for a fucking reason, man. That shit ain't going to reset your mind. That shit, if anything, will fuck up your mind more than anything. And at the end of the video, at the end of the documentary, my bad. He's kind of just like, yeah, I'm ready to like go back and to be Boogie again. I'm going to go out into the world. I'm going to do YouTube content once again. I'm going to be a full-time streamer. I've got my mojo back. You go onto his channel, what is it? It's just more sympathy shit. Like he literally, when I was talking about how he posted that video of like his girlfriend talking about him, and like basically his girlfriend the whole entire time just kind of made it where it was just like feeling bad for him. That's all it was, you know, and just posting content about himself and just, you know, it doesn't seem like he's actually changed at all. But who knows? Maybe he fucking will in the future. One thing that's for sure, and the one thing that he needs to do as well, because even I myself have like fallen for it, like a little bit here and there. I do reply, like you reply to hate comments. Boogie just like does it to a whole nother fucking level. He lets them fucking destroy his entire fucking life. Like it's extremely apparent and it's extremely obvious that, you know, he lets all these negative comments destroy him and take him down even further. One thing that I should have pointed on earlier, because actually earlier in the documentary, and one of the points of him like in his downfall is that when a whole load of videos came out about him making jokes about certain things. And I'll show you the clip real quick.
If you guys left and these cameras weren't rolling and I was sitting here alone in the dark and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
So say it.
Oh no, I'm not going to say it on camera where it could hurt somebody. I like offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say fucked up shit. I think the darker something is, cancer, rape, murder, child abuse, the darker it is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
To me, I found that also extremely cringe as well. Like, I'm not going to lie. Me and my mates, we joke about a lot of shit. Some shit that other people wouldn't find funny. But he takes it a little bit too far. I don't think that, you know, rape and pedophilia, especially on the internet, and especially just in general, you know, are extremely serious topics. And like I said, I am all for one where you should be able to joke about almost anything. But man, those are some shit that I think that just, you know, are going a little bit too fucking far, man. Thinking that you can joke about child pedophilia and rape, Boogie, man, that's just to another fucking, like a whole nother fucking level. Like I said, this doco is just absolutely fucking mind-blowing. And if you haven't watched it yourself, I recommend you do. I honestly recommend you do. It's extremely, like, it can be hard to watch at times, but if you know, have ever been a fan of Boogie, or you've known about him, or you just want, you know, I don't know, more context to this video, or if you've seen other creators make videos about it, definitely go watch it. It's extremely fucking, like, it's a good doco. I will say that much. And like I said, Mike Klum, the guy who actually made the doco, like, hat off to him, man. He really did a fucking good job when it came to making this doco. I personally don't think Boogie will ever recover. Maybe he will. Who knows? You know, maybe he might. You know, hopefully, if he just gets back to like his old content of just doing gaming and like positive content instead of just trying to make people feel fucking bad for him all the time, just trying to pull the fucking sympathy card, maybe he'll be better off. But for now, fuck no, oh man, I can't see it. Honestly, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty bad of the state that he's in, especially, you know, hitting 50 as well. And in the financial state that he's in, it doesn't look good for him at all. Yeah, that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys watch the doco? If you have, let me know what your thoughts on it and your thoughts on Boogie just in general and this whole situation. Yeah, that's it from me. Peace out.